Yeah.
Yo, listen, in 2020, man, we had a lot of people on that bullshit in 2020.
Yeah.
So I mean, and we're gonna put a couple of pictures up, and we hopefully people comment and they say when they want to say about these people we put on the and when we put the pictures up. So producer Jamie, who's the first person on that bullshit in 2020?
Like us.
I guess, yeah. Damn.
Oh, he's saying we on some bullshit.
We played ourselves.
He's on some bullshit.
There we go. All right. Okay, now look.
Good. That's Cam Newton, right?
Before y'all judge,
that's
I know exactly. Before y'all judge, I'm gonna tell you what it is. He's doing a great tribute. So here we go.
Okay, who's the tribute to?
Okay, so respect to him. Anybody that saw the Wiz, thank you, Cam. I appreciate it.
It was a throwback look, right?
Yo, that was good. That was good, yo.
Thank you, Cam. Much respect.
Only thing I can say when I see that is whatever he's smoking, he better stop smoking it because he thinks he's somebody's grandmother.
Yo,
And the thing is, you know what? It just hit me. You know who he looks like? You know how you always got that aunt that always got the stink breath and wants to give you a kiss when she see you and talking about, give me sugar, baby. Come here, give me some sugar.
Smell like cigarettes.
Reminds me of.
Always smell like cigarettes. Always smell like cigarettes.
Got to smell like cigarettes or liquor. If you want to give somebody a kiss. Yeah. That's what he reminds me of. Yeah. Come here, baby. Give me some sugar.
He got the Whitney Houston scarf in that movie when she was with what's my man?
Bodyguard. The
bodyguard scarf.
Yeah.
He has the Little Richard jacket, and he has the Andre Harrell glasses.
Oh, this dude.
I don't know.
Oh man,
who said to him that this is fly? This is hot.
Well, Steve, that's what I wanted to touch on. What happens? I realized this when these dudes get into that income bracket and they go to these different stylists and stuff like that. So to be like, this scarf is like $1,500 and this jacket is like $8,000. You know what I'm saying? Oh, nobody has this. And I think they mistake something for looking good. They mistake good for different. And I think that's the difference.
He should have just went to Gordon Cottrell. He
made that.
This is at a press conference. He came looking like
but
this?
He does this all the time.
All the time. Like he should be. Cam should be focused on more of the playbook, and so he won't stop throwing interceptions and throwing the ball on the ground.
Nah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. The arm is shot.
Yeah, I think also I give Cam the benefit. The only thing I give him benefit is that he never had great receivers for him. Never had great receivers. Steve Smith's the only one you could think of. Never had great.
Yeah, he has Steve. Yeah, he has Steve Smith.
What would your woman do if a dude showed up to the house like that on a date?
My woman.
We want to know. Yo,
what would a woman
Let's
do?
ask the women what would they do if a man showed up looking like that on the first date? Like what would be their response? Somebody please chime in. Yeah, it won't be nuggets. It won't be chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
All right, so before we know when we go to the next picture, and then when we always go back to Cam.
Oh,
I said I was gonna say nothing when I saw this picture again, but I'm
okay. Let me say this. I said to myself probably during the George Floyd situation that I wouldn't even acknowledge this woman's presence, but since she's on the screen, what I think is this. I think first of all, identity crisis. I think this is a person who genuinely, and what I've noticed is a lot of these conservatives, what they do is they come from areas where they are usually in a very, very bad economic situation. And so when they look around and see the commonality is usually Black. And in their mind, I think they just have this thing about the white community and they gravitate toward. And I think that's what it is. I think they actually hate their predicament. And I think they assess that predicament to the people they come from and what they look like. And I think that's why they run as fast away from it. So there's a lot of foul names we could say about Candace Owens. She's no dummy. I just think the reality of it is, I just think she's really, really not happy in her own skin. You know what I'm saying? Not comfortable, just unhappy in her own skin. You know, because the way she looks to her, that represents everything that is wrong with life in the country. In my estimation, that's how she feels.
She looks sad and to me and broken. It's hard for me to get off on the sister because I mean, she reminds me of like my niece or somebody. You know what I mean? Like she's a young lady who believes how she believes and she's brilliant in her own way. she's just terribly, terribly, terribly wrong and confused. You know,
But somebody does have to help her with that lipstick situation, though.
Yeah,
You got
well.
to do better than that, though. You got to come back home for that. Somebody got to do something.
Yeah, but that lets you know she ain't around too many folks that really
Yeah.
you know give a damn about her. So yeah, I mean, it's a sad system, man. You know what I mean? Just you talk about somebody who's just on the wrong side of Black history.
Yeah,
You know, that's it right there. That's the picture.
You know, like Black Gidget. Like, what is that? That just makes you think. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I said we was gonna be positive. I'm sorry. My bad, man.
Yeah. See what Masali just said?
Yep. But Sally be breaking it
Yeah,
down.
because she hates the
man.
Blackness. You know.
Yeah.
That's real, you know.
And then also she said if Cam Newton showed up to her door, she said she would act like she was a sister. That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Jamie, next person. Who you got for us? I think Rod got issues.
Yeah,
there go. Perfect timing. Rod is Teddy Riley.
Oh, damn.
Oh man,
This is perfect timing. We ain't making this up. This is hilarious.
Yeah, man, we did not make this up. It just came together this way. Wow.
This picture, just like when doing too much. That's what this should be. When doing too much goes wrong.
Yeah.
Like Teddy just keep it simple and plain and everything. So it'd have been all right. You know, but
that was the craziest hot mess ever, man. You know what I mean? And I got so much respect for both of these brothers, man. Just like the musical geniuses that they are, man. You know, on some real, you know. And it was
they should run it back though. They should run it back.
But I think the moment is gone, bro.
It's gone. It's gone.
The moment is past. You can't get it back, man. The anticipation, and now it's just like, you know, that was a moment in time. That's when everybody was doing the verses, and it was a thing, and it was COVID, and we were ready. And man, and you know, so I don't know.
Hey, but listen, somebody has to make a mistake for everybody to get it right afterwards, right?
Yeah,
you set the trend for verses to be successful after. So we gotta tip our hats on. Like, thank you, uncles, for taking that.
Man. It's simple, man. Dang,
is Babyface related to Scottie Pippen?
The same nose, right? No, but Scottie Pippen look bad now to me, man. He look a little crazy in the face, man. A little long.
How did he look before you?
Yeah, Scottie look bad, bro. But baby, I love Scottie though. His
wife though, his ex-wife, she's just like
you're giving him hell, boy. You're giving him hell.
She's just dating these 20-year-old basketball players and stuff who are married.
I don't know, man.
Not a great look. Not a great look.
He bought McDonald's on the first date or what, man? Is that man? Hey,
producer Jamie, bring up our next picture, man.
Oh yeah,
that
right there, just that encapsulates 2020 for me, right there.
It made me think of my man Apollo Creed.
Oh,
Drago.
Yo, he just made everything, like, you know what I mean. We were just another instance. We were just so ready for the night, and that was the best thing that came out the night.
I just feel bad for his kids though. They just gonna be grown before they live that down because he dedicated the fight to them.
Yeah,
damn, that's what you could do.
This is like Derek said, 2020, because everybody came with this great feeling. 2020 is gonna be the shit. I'm gonna be the new me, new you, all new year, new me. And then he just got everybody got whopped. Came charging in like Nate and just called that boom. That
2020 was
2020 was this fight.
You know what? Excellent. Well said. Well said.
Excellent word.
But guess what? You know what? You got to get back up off in life. It's you know what I'm saying? It's a microcosm of life. Get back up off the canvas.
Yeah,
you know. And I asked the question, Derek. I want to ask this to you. Give me a time. I'd like to hear some of the ladies talk about the worst pickup line somebody ran on them. And guys, what was the worst situation you ever tried to talk to a woman? And
I can't come.
He can't think of one.
I can't think of one. Brad, somebody that knows me. I can't think of one. I had a bad time. I don't know.
You mean timing wise? Like you tried to rap?
You went for it and it just didn't work out.
Ooh, I've been real selective, man, with my thing. I don't know. I pride myself.
So none of y'all ever caught a L.
Tell me about it, Kelvin. You know what I mean?
Rod, say something, Rod.
I don't know. I can't. I have to think about it. Rod, you good?
Nah, Rod said Teddy Riley again on us, man.
Yeah, Teddy Riley. All right, I got to think about that, man. It's been too long, man. I got to think about that one.
Yeah. So, whatchamacallit? I think only time I think back was when Green Acres Mall had the arcade upstairs. This is long. This is in the 80s, and I was at the mall, and this girl asked me to play a video game, and I only had 1 quarter left, and I refused to give it to her. And that's the only time I couldn't kick it to her because I was trying to talk to her. She can't get your quarter, and I wanted to play this one game, and I was like, God damn. I couldn't get my last quarter, man. I was like, forget it. She probably
it's so funny because mine was at Green Acres Mall too.
Jamie. The next one. You got another picture for us, Sammy? Jamie? Whatever your name is. Oh, wait till Rod's back? No, can't hear Rod.
Rod is still that back, man.
I got it. You know, we need Casper to go over to Rod house and just do like some filing.
We need a magical white man to come over there and help out. Yeah.
You think you're around? I can't find him. Yeah,
that's the police department. No. The police department is trying to cut in on my man Rod stuff and trying to silence the brother. We're not having it though.
Oh man,
I'm gonna let my man Rod free.
Y'all get the shake. Do y'all get the shakedown from the police? Like they send you the veterans the thing, and they call you up and they go, "Oh, okay, you know, you want to? Can you what is donate to the veterans?"
Yo, you know what, Derek? It's funny that you say that. It's funny that you say that because lately it's like I've been getting hit up every day by people, and people today, I guess times are so bad, people come up to you anywhere, any situation, and dudes is coming up to the car window, like, you know what I'm saying? And so what do you do in that situation? Because I have to feel it. Sometimes I feel compelled to give people stuff, and then sometimes I'm just not feeling it.
Let me
you know what I'm saying?
I was in Far Rockaway today, man, and I saw a 1980s crackhead, bro. Came out of nowhere, just knocked on the window, startled me, man. I'm telling you, I hadn't seen that, experienced that since the 80s, man. Wow. Crazy, yeah.
Jamie, who you got for us next? Who's next? Who got any more? Jamie?
That was pretty much it on the picture.
Oh, that was it?
Oh, no. Terry Crews is in the building.
Oh, here we go. Can we get Derek to the side?
All right. I'm gonna say this. All right, I met Terry Crews at the Golden Globes in LA in 2006, right? I'll say this about Terry Crews. He played himself just saying anything about social issues at all, because he's not gonna come back from that. But one thing about him that kind of always got me was I've never seen a person happier to be in entertainment. In every show he come out, he got to do the thing with his pecs, and then he got to dance and all that stuff. It looked terrible. It just looks bad. It looks bad. Only thing missing is like watermelon. The chicken, like
Buck dancing all the time, and massa.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Can y'all hear me?
That's his leg.
Yeah, there you go, Rod. There you go.
We back
I'm
with
good,
you, brother.
Yeah, you back.
The NYPD not gonna stop you, brother. I know what they trying to do.
They trying to stop me from letting people know the truth.
That's what I'm saying.
And plus, it's too much of a coincidence that Teddy Riley picture came up, and then all of a sudden I went back.
Damn.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
Hey, Jamie, who's that? All right, so we back still on Terry Crews?
Let me get started Terry Crews.
My thing with Terry Crews was a sister came to bat for him, and he didn't help the sister out. Terry Coons, that's who he is. Like, Gabrielle Union went to bat for this brother, and us as the black community supported him when he was saying he was getting his genitalia felt on and all kind of stuff like that.
Yeah,
the opportunity to return that to the sister, he could have said, "Listen, I don't know what." He could have said anything else than what he said, and he dropped the ball and let the sister down.
Yeah,
and he like totally dropped the ball. He didn't support the sister. Like, come on, like. I have no respect for this man at all. Zero respect. I'm not gonna call him no more names. I just have no respect for him.
Terry Crews seems like a guy that's just dying for white people to accept him. You know what I'm saying? That's what I get from Terry Crews. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's career driven. You know, I think I heard Kelvin say something about every time he takes off his shirt, he's got to do this little peck thing or whatever. Like, to me, that's like shucking and jiving to me.
It's shucking and jiving. It's showing you.
Yeah, it's shucking and jiving.
You're trying to get picked. Like, you know, like it's like when they used to go, when black people used to have to go out and try to look like the best looking so they could do housework, maid work, or do yard work, be strong. And he's always doing that. Like, dude, cut it out. It's corny. Like, you don't have to do that. We all know that you big and swole.
Yeah.
It's corny now. I don't think he's gonna come back from this.
And the other thing is you have to look so non-threatening. So he already looks physically whatever. So now he's got to look, keep, entertaining and dancing and being friendly and,
I think that was it. I think that was evidence.
Yo.
Word was out on him within the circle that you could just go up there and just feel him and do any kind of way, treat him any kind of way. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Dude wouldn't
Kelvin-
have tried that if he didn't feel that way or hadn't heard that way.
Yeah. Kelvin just nailed it. Remember, D, me and the conversations that me and you had about being a large, bald black man?
Oh, it was always intimidating to him.
Oh, it's always intimidating. So I
intimidating.
think Kelvin nailed it. That's what he's trying to escape from. He's
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
escape
Yeah.
from the bald, large black man image.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what
You
I'm
gotta
saying?
understand, he was in the NFL before, and so what happens is you're in the NFL, which the average NFL career is 3 years. So he's in the NFL, right? Then you lose all of that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of dudes don't make. I mean, I'm saying 70% of the
Rod, don't
guys
touch
in
nothing.
the
Rod,
league-
don't touch nothing. Don't touch.
Rod, you
Whatever
moving
you
around
at,
right
you stay
now.
right there. You
moving
stay
around a
right
lot.
where you at. Don't touch nothing. Whatever you doing,
Yo.
don't touch
I
nothing.
think some of these dudes, some of these dudes are so afraid to go back where they came from. Some of them
Yeah.
really, I think, are just afraid. And once he lost the NFL, like he said, he didn't know what to do, and he was overweight and all that stuff like that. So he came and changed his body and stuff. So now you fight. I mean, you look at Steve Harvey, you look at him. I mean, they got to play that role. And if you make one statement or misstep, forget it. It's a wrap, and they know that. That's why I respected Martin Lawrence, his depiction on his show, and George Jefferson.
hold on.
Go ahead.
Yeah, next picture, because we have next picture. We're gonna get to this time on the time.
Oh.
Here we go. To me, I'm gonna set this on. This is when a side dude doesn't play his position right. That's the picture, perfect picture. Like, shut up, get the check, and get the ass.
He could have ate forever.
Yeah.
He could have ate forever, man.
He probably could have ate both of the asses.
Probably.
Well, there goes some sponsors.
Let me
There goes-
explain something to you.
Yeah.
Sponsors.
They would have took his social security number and he would have became a dependent. You know what I'm saying? All he had to do was just be quiet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when I see
Look,
that,
Look at Jerry.
You hold it down, right?
That's got to come up when you talk sometimes, D.
All right, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say the bigger picture to me is this. I guess this is foul to say, and I always was a Will Smith fan. I'm tired of the Smith family, and Jada has done more on this social media than she did her entire career. To me, like it kind of just the little legacy that she had with A Different World and Low Down Dirty Shame and stuff like that. We don't even think about that. And Jada right there, even to the plastic surgery, you know, it just seems like it just became too much. And like right there, Jada looks like somebody's grandmother right there. Like it don't even look like her anymore.
My mother look better than her.
Yeah, it's like
Yes,
not even,
man,
it's like something seen.
I think she got too thin. That's what happened. She got a little.
But she
bit
was
too
always thin to me. She was always thin.
Looks like
was
she got
always
even thinner. Looks like she got even thinner. But let me ask you this, guys.
Alternative facts for 2020. That's funny. Go ahead.
Let me ask you this, right? Do you guys think that conversation that they had on her show at the Red Table, when she told Will what happened, you think that was them acting at that moment right there?
Yeah, that was
there's no way you could get me to believe that she brought that man on that show and told him that for the first time.
No. That was not only scripted; it was well thought out. You saw two actors.
Absolutely, you saw two actors.
Think about it. It took a little while. I'm gonna tell you the mistake I think they made. The mistake they made was responding to it. Because if they,
I think they had to get ahead of it.
No. Because what happens is with the internet and all the stuff that goes around, we've been hearing about them being swingers for years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But when you don't respond to it, now what you did was you took an A-list actor, and now you allowed a unknown. I still don't know who he is, and you brought him into the equation. And so when you respond to it, you give credibility. If you ignore it and don't respond to it, we're like, dude is lying. You know what I'm saying, or whatever.
I beg to differ a little bit.
Okay, go ahead. We bring it on another one. We want to talk about it now because we got 4 more picks to go. Our producer.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna just touch on it real quick, right? The thing is, I believe that they knew that he was going to go out and tell. So the bottom line is they had to get ahead of it. They had to come out and say, yeah, it's true. So then that basically kills it. He was going to go out. He would probably do a whole bunch of interviews. He'd get a whole bunch of checks or whatever. And then basically it would be his story that would be the top story. So with them getting ahead of it and admitting to it, then basically it killed the flame. And that's what I think celebrities do.
Yeah, but I'm saying he's so unknown that it's like if
they had to let him go with the story, he would have became known.
Do you think he had proof? Because if he don't have no proof,
You
I'm
don't
not
know.
responding to him.
You don't know if he came out and snitched like that. He could have been recording her conversations with him for months or years or whatever. You don't know what he had, so they had to get ahead of it.
And maybe he did have something. Maybe that's why they went
he
forward
probably
with it.
did. I mean, look at what he's wearing. He's wearing like the holiday jumpsuit. You know, it's something ain't right with him.
All right, Jamie. Our next pick. On that note, our next pick.
Oh, Joe.
I was trying to say
Buttons.
this N-word here. The man, alleged was masturbating his dog.
What?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
His ex-lady friend said he was used to get thrills of performing a little hand job on his doggy dog, not just the rub. Hey, come here, Spotty. Come here, Petey. A little bit more. And he thought,
come on.
Have I mentioned during the show yet that we're not gonna get anywhere? Have I mentioned that yet? I was trying not to mention it, but I think.
I mean, I have to say I don't know a lot about Joe's Buttons except for maybe the rap songs he made and when he was on the radio in the morning.
Joe Buttons has been fire. Good. He was a good radio personality. He had a deal with Spotify, and he turned it down. And I think him and Charlamagne got beef because Charlamagne took the check, and Joe Buttons was talking about also like he owns his own content.
They said they thought it was Derek.
Oh, they thought it was Derek. Wow.
You know what? I think Joe Budden is a known antagonist, and I think what he does is he likes to do things kind of for the exposure. I also think he, in his mind, is a lot smarter than he actually is. And one of my friends always said in a dimly lit room, a candle looks like a star, and I think he epitomizes that.
Wow,
that's deep.
That's deep, Kelvin.
Kelvin's gonna drop the mic on us on that.
Yeah, you goddamn slam that mic down, Calvin.
No, don't do
it. No, don't slam it down. Give that mic to Rodney.
Yeah, exactly.
I need an extra mic over here. Yo, I'm not gonna touch nothing. I won't even lean on the table.
Don't move. Jamie, next picture, please.
I guess I already said the no is a people part. Right? You know what? First of all, back to the antagonist thing. I think being a troll. I think 50 Cent is that. I think he's another person who got stardom kind of late. You think about it. LL became famous at 17. Nas at like 18, 19. He became famous around his mid 20s. I think maybe like 26 or something. Kind of like Jay-Z.
Maybe 30,
so I think
maybe 30,
maybe 30, right? Really, really late. And so I think what it is he's involved in everything. Like he wants to keep his name out there, everything. And I would say if you're 20 years old and was not around for Get Rich or Die Trying, you just think he's some type of caricature online. That's what it is. But I've never seen a person outside of maybe Trump that just responds to everything. Like Rodney's point about all publicity is good publicity. Then to me, that he's the one that encapsulates that, because I mean I don't care what, he's always involved. And to me, he's known for everything else but music now, and that's the problem with me. And as far as Lil Wayne is concerned, I'll just say I don't get it. I never got it. I understand that his talent, people love his distinct voice and how fast he was able to put out music. But when I see a person like that looks like that or whatever like that, I just kind of wonder, like, what's going on? What is the plan? Like when he looks at this picture, is he like that? Does he like just the way he comes across and stuff like that? It's just really, really, really odd to me.
He's trying to stay the sponsorship.
Look, I don't necessarily have too much to say about either one of these dudes. Like, I just don't think listen, we can't expect rappers to be high character people, man. If we get them to, or any entertainer for that matter, if we get high character out of them, great. But I just don't know. I think almost like that moment, I hate to say it, but I feel like we had a moment in hip hop where they had an opportunity to really bring to light some real issues. You know what I mean? And that moment has passed, and this is sort of like the product of everything that came after. You know what I mean? These guys are out for self. Everything that they talk about, everything. It's just a very selfish art form right now, rap, man, and a very self-centered thing. And this is what it is. You know, I don't get surprised by much. You know, so yeah, they can rap. Both of them great lyricists. You know, can turn a phrase and you know make people shake their ass or whatever. But you know, that's about as deep as it's gonna get. You know what I mean? So.
But listen, if we had the Terry Crews situation, right? When we talk about Terry Crews, the way he's made to look non-threatening, do we have to perpetuate the image of every black man looking angry, or every black man ready to fight, or every black man representing the gang, or every black man like that seems to be part of the package? That's part of it. Like whatever neighborhood you come from, every story is the same story. My father wasn't there. And, you know, I grew up in the projects and this, that, and the third. And I think we perpetuate that into the point where even if it's not true, people will borrow someone else's story or likeness and use that to sell it.
I mean, yeah, I mean, that's you know, that's the formula. We used to have much more diverse messaging in rap at one point, but, you know, we don't now. This is what we have. Every story has to sound the same now, I guess, you know. So that's just what it is.
Jamie, let's go to our next picture.
Oh, this dude.
Oh God.
But for those that don't know, allegedly Odell Beckham's girlfriend said he liked when she defecated on himself.
Yeah,
I mean, defecated on him. Sorry.
Yeah,
I can understand that.
Did you guys see the interview with her, the girl that's making these allegations?
I saw it on earlier this year. Yes.
What she look like?
She's, I mean, she's isn't she another rapper's baby's mother or something like that?
I have no idea who any of these new rappers are.
The reason I can understand it is because that would stop her from then having to sleep with him, and so I thought that's probably what he was going for.
No, well, unfortunately, I saw the interview, and someone sent it to me, and basically, she's saying that at first she started off keeping it a secret of who she was talking about, as far as, you know, this person wants her to basically literally shit on her. And she talked about how he was going to fly her out, and that he described what he was going to do to her with waste, with shit. And then she revealed who it was in the interview, and it was Odell Beckham. It was quite disturbing.
Well,
I don't know if the dude is into that. I don't know if she's making this up to try to, get people to listen to her, but it was pretty disturbing when you hear the interview.
Well, Odell got hurt this year, so he's shit out of luck. So Jamie, to the next.
You nailed that one, D. You nailed that one. Still going to hell, though. You're still going to hell.
Jamie, the next picture, man. Next picture.
Ooh.
Yeah, my producer told me already, and upper management said I cannot make any comments about Herman Cain. So.
Oh, you mean Herman? Yes, a Boston Kane.
I can't say nothing to him.
Let me explain. I'm going to say something. I'll say something. You know, out of all the people that hung around with Donald Trump that caught COVID, he's the only one that died. He was the only one that was black too. So I don't know.
Only thing I can say is we sick, boy. We sick.
We sick.
Yeah, we sick, boss. But
and it happened. It both happened. It happened just that way. We sick. He died. And Trump got it. We sick.
Yeah, we sick. Yeah.
You know. With that,
well, unfortunately, this man has passed away, so we're not going to tear him up too much because he is deceased.
No, he's deceased. Herman Cain was a great man. Built his own empire.
Yeah. Godfather Pizza?
Godfather Pizza.
And that's kind of what, and it's a shame that's kind of what kind of gets lost in the fact if you just took it without the politics and just kind of looked at who he was, there's a lot there to kind of admire in the sense of him just being a businessman. You know what I mean? His personal story. Unfortunately, you just got this other side that just kind of washes away so much of that.
Yeah, and in our community, we don't see him the same way anymore because he tied his horse to the wrong.
Yeah, he was with the wrong people.
But
just happened to hang out with the wrong people.
The funniest thing to me was when he was interviewed and they asked him, what does he think about the way Obama handled Libya? And instead of saying, I don't know how Obama handled Libya, he tried to come up and make up an answer, and it was hilarious. And I'm sorry, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention it. So they asked him, do you agree with the way Barack Obama handled Libya. And he's like, Libya. See, what I would have done is I would have got the information. And then from that information, then I would have made the assessment of the situation. And they was like, you don't know what happened in Libya. He had no idea. But shout out to Herman Cain.
Shout out to Herman Cain.
Wherever he's resting peacefully at. But he played it. He played himself not wearing a mask on them things. All that defiance and stuff like that.
Choking his time and went wrong.
Well, he was making the boss happy.
Yeah, listen, he went down doing what got him there. He that's what the girl that he brought to the dance, bro.
Somebody once told me, "Do not ask me to change in death what you did in life." And that's it.
Yeah.